Yes, what a great day it is. We're at Hardesty's where the food is great and the people are even better.
Yeah.
And I've got one of the best with me today. Fhionna, what a gift it is for you to be able to be here and for me to be able to sit with you at Grady's house.
Yes, yeah, we love Hardesty Market in Delhi for so many reasons, but I have to say I do love coming here with my dad the most, so I'm so happy to be here today with you guys.
And it's Aaron Esplot, our superintendent of schools, is going to share with us what he shared at the Will Rogers campus just a few weeks ago, and we've got a number of great announcements that just happened last night. So stay with us at Hardesty's, again, where the people are even better than great.
Yes, but the meat is also great.
I'll mess that up forever,
Okay.
sweetheart. Elle's Jewelry on Kickapoo. A wide selection of beautiful jewelry in their wonderful showroom waiting for you to shop. Elle's Jewelry, Shawnee's friendly jeweler. Harrison Discount Pharmacy is concerned about our overall well-being. The Labyrinth on St. Gregory's Abbey grounds. If you're stressed, a walk in the Labyrinth may help you feel better. Harrison Discount Pharmacy, a good neighbor pharmacy. At McElroy and Owens Funeral Group, your loved one never leaves our care. From your first phone call at the time of loss through final resting, we are with you. Stop by McElroy and Owens for a visit today. Fhionna, we're back. Aaron Esplot. Aaron, thank you for joining us here at Hardesty's.
Absolutely. Happy to be here. You know, great opportunity to come out and speak to y'all and to the community, and I really just appreciate this opportunity.
Well, first of all, Will Rogers, you had a presentation just a couple of weeks ago.
We did.
Give us a gist of what's your reason? Why are you showing up at the campuses now, and why are you talking to everybody?
Well, we made a commitment, and that commitment was to stay informed and to let the community know where we're coming from, to meet them where they're at. You know, we have quarterly community forums, and this was just finishing up this year, so we were able to kind of wrap up this year. The hot topic, of course, is the construction and the bond issue, and where are we at with all of that. So being able to have that forum focused on there, had a great turnout, tremendous questions asked, and we're really just continuing that commitment of allowing the community to be informed of what's going on with their school.
Yes, I love that. So Aaron, what is the construction update?
Yeah, it's a burning question for everyone, right? So, you know, there's two really big construction projects that are going on. One, of course, is the continual recovery and rebuild from the tornado.
Yeah.
We're still in that process. You know, we're 14, 15 months removed from the April 19th tornado. That doesn't mean we're done with the process. So we have construction going on right now at the SECC, the middle school that will be related. We're putting new roofs onto those buildings. Yeah, so we wanted to do that and focus on those because those disrupt student life, right? So if we can do those things over the summer, that's what we're going to try to do.
Yeah.
But then, of course, the bond issue. A huge piece of what this community and the trust that they have laid into us to be able to do that. So with that bond issue, it's our goal to say exactly where we're at, what's going on, where those tax dollars are going, and on the bond issue, nothing ever happens as fast as what we want it to happen.
Right?
So same priorities. What can we do? What are our number one priorities? Don't disrupt student life.
Right.
And number two, safety and security.
Good.
So what projects can be done over the summer and focus on safety and security? The first one that comes to mind is the SECC vestibule. That vestibule that's going to protect our most vulnerable students. What we went out and told the community to do, we have full anticipation that's going to be completed over this summer. They're starting that work right now. And then doing
That's
some of
exciting.
doing some of the building remodels, you know, some of the bigger projects like the
Yes.
Stucker building, the ag facility, the tennis facility, some of those big projects. That's not going to kick off till later in the
Right.
fall. That takes a lot of architectural and engineer drawings, but at this point we've got an architect, we've got our construction manager, and we're starting some of those priority projects over this summer and trying to get those completed.
So with us rolling into the sports seasons as we do, we have some questions like at the football field.
Sure.
Give us an update at the football field. Some of the things that are pushing you forward now.
Well, you know, our priority is have our boys and girls back home this next fall, and as we be able to do that, have football teams back on there on Friday nights is very, very important to us. Having the junior high back at our home field, so we're trying to make that happen. We're going to make that happen. So we got the turf installed. Everyone loves that turf. You know, we've been able to practice on it. I'm sure when you ask Dax and those coaches, heard an example yesterday. You know, while the temperature was hot on our field, a neighboring school was 45 degrees hotter. Their field was that much hotter than what our field is. So it, you know, doing that, yeah, and you know, safety, right? The safety of our students and keeping, we're all concerned about that when the temperatures are like they are in Oklahoma. So the turf is terrific, but what's next at the football field? Well, that's the scoreboard. So if you drove by the football field, we have been able to take down the old scoreboard, and now we're in the process of getting that put back up. And this isn't just any scoreboard. This is a about twice the size of our existing scoreboard, full video board that will be able to really provide greater opportunities for our community at that stadium. And then lastly, of course, the press box, right? Is the press box going to be done? No, I mean, let's just be honest. The press box is not going to be done.
Honesty. Yeah, that's why we're here. We love the transparency.
You know, construction.
And this is no fault of Dax. We know the sports.
Let's just blame anything we can. Let's just blame anything we can on Dax. I mean, that's what we love to do. But
this is Aaron's baby. The press box is Aaron. It's Aaron's fault.
We will be playing football at home. We're making alternative plans to be able to have our sound systems, to be able to have our scoreboards. All of those things work seamlessly.
Be able to have your TV crew?
Yeah, the TV crew, right? I mean, we can stand under a tent or something there, right? But, you know, what's the priority is making sure that there's no effect to that student life. Those opportunities for those kids, being able to play on their home field, that's our priority.
Right.
Are we going to make that happen? Yes. Are we going to be able to do that with a new scoreboard? Yes. Are we going to be able to do that with a sound system? Yes. Are we going to be able to do that in our nice new press box? No. But we are going to be able to make that happen.
All right, well, we're flexible. We can't wait. This is going to be great in the student section, in the middle of all of it.
Absolutely.
That's where we're going to be, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
But we can't leave out. I mean, the pack was destroyed. The softball field was destroyed. We've got 2 girls teams that are going to be starting early August. What about them?
Yeah, so as we look at our softball field, it's back. You know, the backstop's back, the fence is back. You drive by there, it's beautiful. They've done an outstanding job. We were able to hire a new coach in. He's excited getting that facility. The first tier is where it should be, and that's where it's going to stay.
Coach Clemens already out there doing a great job,
getting those girls excited and doing the things that it takes to build a program. So softball field's going to be back. We're going to be playing there again. You know, as we look at the pack, it's been done. It's in great shape.
Good.
Again, the Stucker, the tennis facility, that's going to take a little bit longer because that's a complete rebuild of a giant facility.
Volleyball in the pack.
Volleyball in the pack. Yeah, we'll be able to play in the pack this year, and again, looking forward to those opportunities given back to students.
Well, thank you for how diligent you've been on all the construction. Last night, you had some really cool things happen at the board meeting with some new hires. When we come back, let's talk new hires with Superintendent Aaron Esplot here at Hardesty's, where the food is great
And the people are greater.
That's right. It's Sonic Good at all 4 of our Shawnee locations. Great food, great fun, the best hamburgers in town. Keeps everybody smiling. Parties or gatherings, there's room for everyone. It's always a good time, Sonic good time, at our Shawnee Sonics. A&S Roofing. Quality roofing built to last. Dedicated to high quality work, pays attention to the details. So get started on your roofing project today with A&S Commercial and Residential Roofing and Contracting. Clinic Pharmacy across from the hospital has something for you. Boutique items in Shawnee. All your pharmaceutical needs taken care of at the Clinic Pharmacy. So last night we're at a superintendent's meeting, a school board meeting, but you had some exciting announcements. Go ahead, let's hear it.
Well, the summertime, right? So everybody thinks that we just kind of get to kick our feet up on the desk and eat our bonbons, but that's not what happens at the school. I mean, the work continues, and some of that work that's continuing is making sure that our buildings are staffed with quality people.
Right.
I don't think there's anything more important than hiring the best person for those spots, right? We can have all the nicest facilities in the world, we can have all these opportunities, but it's the people that make the difference in students' lives.
So before you go to the big announcement, I want to say congratulations on Tristan Wyatt. I don't know that we have introduced Tristan Wyatt. His responsibility as CFO.
That's right. You know, Tristan's a Shawnee alum. He wanted to give back to his community. He is a certified CPA. Coming in to bring that outside business world experience into our finances is invaluable, right? He has the Shawnee ties and the understanding of our community and the priorities of our community.
Right.
But then to really just bring that expertise in and run our business office like a business office is what we truly needed.
Right.
And having that outside perspective, that business perspective, has been able to bring our school forward. So again, I always tell people, I don't need to be the smartest person at the table. I just need the people sitting at the table to be the smartest person at the table. So we have a tremendous team up there and keep hiring quality people to do it.
And we lost such a quality principal over at Sequoia, the Paxson family, so much intertwined with our community.
Right.
How could you replace that?
Well, we never try to replace that person, right? Because what Kim brought to our community, to the Sequoia family, was second to none. Of course, you know, going to be with her family, who Kevin's the baseball coach down in Ada and coaching at the collegiate level now. Who would ever blame anyone for bringing their families? I always tell people, you know, you put God, family, then work. And if you keep it in that order, everything's going to be fine. And that's what Kim was able to do. She's a wolf through and through.
Yes,
she loves our wolf family.
And
so,
love her.
yeah, absolutely. So,
A teacher of the year at one point.
at one point in her
I
career,
think that's when she was my art teacher, actually, at Shawnee High School.
has given so much to the Shawnee Wolf community, and so we appreciate everything that she's done. We're happy that she's going to go be with her family.
Right.
We're happy that she's making that decision. So the goal was never to replace Kim, because we can't. The goal is to take stock, priorities, what do we need at the Sequoia community to keep moving that building forward, to build on what Kim has already done, and how do we launch it forward, and that's what we went after.
Yes. And
So
then, Fhionna, there's a bombshell here to drop.
Okay, so before we drop this bombshell, which was just recently dropped on me, I just have to say what is to come for Shawnee Public Schools, even further in this community, is so, so exciting. And not just based off of this new hire, but whenever you all hear about this new hire, you will jump for joy for Shawnee Public Schools, because they have so much capability and so much reach in this community already. So it will just be elevated even further based off of this amazing hire for Shawnee Public Schools. So I will let you take it away.
Well, thanks for leveling that up a little bit. Appreciate it. Yeah. So, you know, we made two tremendous hires last night. The Sequoia principal is Dr. Stephen Haynes. He comes to us with a variety of experiences, elementary all the way up into the middle school and secondary. So he brings that capability.
Yes.
What were our priorities? Obviously, community engagement, being able to be out in the community, build that sense of ownership and family within the building.
Right.
Take a great staff even further, because Kim did such great things there, but Dr. Haynes is going to be able to take that, move into the community. So he has a son at OBU, wants to be a part of our community, and I think that's what's important. Working with a strong family engagement there at Sequoia. So we're excited about that.
Sequoia, the only elementary school, and this is a challenge to the other parents in the other elementary schools, with an active participating PTA.
Yeah, they do a great job over there, and Dr. Haynes understands of how to foster that and build that and continue to grow that. So we love our family engagement over at Sequoia, and we just wanted to continue that. So for the families, for the teachers, for the students, it's a win-win on all fronts over there. So very, very excited about that. Another great announcement, another great hire, again, is at the district level. You know, we set out with a focus of last year to truly authentically engage the community, rebuild trust in our community, because we knew that's where Shawnee Public Schools needed to start. And we did that, and through embedding with our community partners, and we've made a lot of progress. We're not done. We haven't accomplished everything that we want to, so we needed someone. Charity Pennington, who's our former communications, love her. She does a tremendous job. She ain't leaving us. She's just going back to her passion of being a middle school librarian, where she was SPS Teacher of the Year at, again, a wolf through and through. So proud in allowing her to honor that choice of being able to serve in the libraries.
Yes.
So that left us with an opportunity to bring in what we feel is the best of the best, and someone that could really strategically leverage our communication, strategically leverage our community relationships, and the ability to be able to work with them effectively, and that's Amanda Tate Johnson. Who else could do that at that level? Everyone in this community knows. What was our priority? Well, our priority was bringing in someone who knew the community, who knew Shawnee. She's an OBU graduate with a strategic marketing degree. I mean, if you tried to just draw out anyone that was going to fill this role better. I don't think we could have done it better than Amanda Johnson.
Right.
And so to be able to bring her in on the team is just going to catapult what we've already done. Like I said, we've done a lot of work this last year, but catapult us forward.
Exactly. And as we know, the communication position is so important in any industry, but especially for Shawnee Public Schools. And for Amanda Tate Johnson just to elevate that will be so instrumental in the future success of Shawnee Public Schools, on top of what Aaron Esplot is already doing. Thank you, Aaron.
You know, we got a great team, and it takes all of us to do that. But what is more important than communicating with our families, communicating with our community, communicating with all of our stakeholders? So you're right, that position is just vital. It's integral in everything that we do. And I'm just going to reassure our families and our community out there, we brought in someone who knows how to do that at a high level, who comes in with the expertise and the experience to be able to do that and take us to the next step forward. So we're very, very fortunate to be able to make this kind of hire.
Yes,
So
I'm
we've
excited for
talking about construction, we've talked about people. Now we get to go where Fhionna'd like to see. It's the future. What's going to happen in the future with Shawnee Public Schools? We're here with Superintendent Aaron Esplot at Hardesty's, where the food is great.
And the people are even better.
We'll be back in a moment for the future. Hardesty Market in Delhi, a real butcher shop for over 80 years. Daily lunch specials just like Mom used to make. Best cuts of meat and even better people. Your family at Hardesty Market in Delhi. For 25 years, Eric's has served you and your family for all your prescription needs. Eric and his staff love the community and love seeing you in the store conveniently located on North Kickapoo. Make your day brighter by visiting Eric's today.
For over 50 years, Fred's Tire and Battery has served Central Oklahoma with tires, batteries, and service for cars, trucks, and tractors. Friendly and affordable, with 2 locations in Shawnee. Fred's Tire and Battery, a name you can trust.
We're back at Hardesty's, where the food is great and the people are even better. And we've got a couple of the best right here, Shawnee people. Aaron, we're moving into the future.
Yeah.
What do we have to look forward to?
Well, like we spoke to, you know, we've made a lot of progress over this last year, and you can't know where you're going unless you know where you've been.
Right.
So it's important that we continue to build on the things that we've been able to do, continue to authentically engage the community, continue to build trust in the community, and do that very strategically by being open, being honest, being competent, being reliable, those things that are actions. When I say trust and transparency, those are overused words.
Right.
But we have to have specific action steps in doing those things accomplished. And so we've made great progress. But I've always said you can be on the right track, which I think we got Shawnee Schools on the right track.
Yes.
But if you stand still, you're going to get ran over. So we've got to keep moving forward. And we have something called What is Shawnee's Win? And Shawnee's Win stands for what is next. So what is next? Well, that's continuing to have a focus and a vision for moving our district forward. Those focuses and vision are, number one, engaging stakeholders, so that doesn't matter. That means parents, students, teachers, community members, business leaders, y'all, engaging them within their purpose. So what is their purpose? I didn't say their job description, I didn't say their role, I didn't say why they come to work. It's why do you come to work on Monday? Why do you get out of bed? It's not TGIF, it's TGIM. Thank God it's Monday because I get to go do what?
Yes.
In the Shawnee Standard. And we rolled out the Shawnee Standard last night because we have words like vision and mission and pillars and profile of a graduate and the power of E, all the things that we've talked about before. But how do we tie all those things together? That is the Shawnee Standard, how they're all interconnected. So the focus is engaging every single stakeholder in their purpose. How do we engage a parent? How do we engage a student? Because you know what? A student has a choice to come to school every day and be engaged or not.
Yep.
A parent has a choice to send their students to us and trust them at that level. So how do we engage them in successful skills they need to be in graduates? How do we engage them into our 4 pillars of community engagement, which you serve on that committee? You know, how do we engage them in our academics, in our people focus, in our student support, in those pillars? So that's one of our focuses. Now we've done the engagement, authentic engagement, we've done the trust. Now we're digging deep. It's going to get messy now.
Yes.
We're really getting into that detail-oriented piece of it. And the second one is our focus is measuring what matters.
Okay.
Because we have more data than anybody in the community. We got data on just about everything.
Right.
But what we've got to do is it truly making a difference? Is the things that we say we're doing truly making a difference in the student life?
Right.
Or are we just doing them because we've always done them?
Yeah.
And what I say is measure what matters, but if it matters, we better measure it, right? So flip that a little bit. So when we think things like our team clinics that we have at our school systems where everybody can have access to doctor and health care right there at our school system, how is that making a difference in a student's life? When we talk about, very difficult topics like attendance, and we all know that how important attendance is, how are we making meaningful strides towards improving our attendance and getting kids to school? Because I tell you, if a kid feels valued, cared for, and respected, they're going to come to school, right? So again, how are we measuring what we're currently doing to accomplish those things? And then lastly, communicating that back out to the people who need it, whether that's our own staff or whether that's to the community. So as we go back into authentically engaging, we're not stopping doing that, we're even going to enhance it. So when we do measure these things, does our community know if they're being effective? And does our community know the difference it's making in their students' lives? And most importantly, into a hope-filled future.
Yes, and whenever you start with that engagement, do you start with your staff? What's the root of those conversations? Is it through those committees? And then it trickles to a conversation with the staff and we say, this is how we're going to engage our students. What is kind of that process?
Yeah, so,
starting process?
Every stakeholder is going to have a different purpose, right? So when we talk about engagement and we want to engage our staff, it's doing it simultaneously, but maybe just in a different lane than what we're engaging our families with or engaging our students with. So it's all done simultaneously. We're just leveraging different lanes to be able to do that because everyone's going to be a little bit different. But we don't sit there and say, well, we're going to start with our students, then we're going to move to our staff, then we're going to move to our families, then we're going to move. No, it's all done simultaneously. And that's why it's very complex.
It is.
It's very deep dive into a lot of high level conversations and topics. So,
and the reason I ask that is because I do serve on the community engagement committee, and the people at that table alone, they really do ask a lot of questions and they make sure the students are at the heart of all of those conversations. And it is a lot of topics being brought up at each one of those meetings, but there is so much good work being taken out of those meetings and being implemented back into the school systems and the communication within the school systems. And so I'm very impressed by those committee meetings and how you've led those committee meetings with your staff. And I've seen your staff together in so many conversations with you being in this seat, and I've just been even more inspired by how you're leading your team. So thank you for that. And I know
appreciate that.
You don't take all the credit.
I don't. We have a tremendous team who leads those committees, but just for that example, I ask you as community members, if you want to be involved in your school system, this is your school that we have the pleasure to serve you in, whether that's a safety committee, whether that's an academic committee, whether that's a community engagement committee and how we're serving. I encourage you and I plead with you, please contact us, contact your school system. There are ways to have your voice heard, and to your point, coming from an outsider coming in, not only is it going to be heard, it's going to be valued and respected, and you will have a seat at the table. So there is no wall around our school system. This is your school system where we are serving you. And we are going to strive to do better at that every single day.
Right.
Just a last point, our community forums that we had last year, just from those listening sessions, we had 147 individual and specific suggestions that came from those community suggestions. Every single one of those, every single one were categorized, assigned to someone, followed up on, measured to if we've accomplished them, if they're still in progress. So we look at every single thing so it doesn't fall on deaf ears.
Right.
We understand our role and what we play and how to serve you. We're asking, you have parent rights, but you also have a parent responsibility. We have a responsibility as community citizens, because this is my school. I live here, my kids go to school here. We all want what's best for our students. Get engaged, be involved. There's opportunities to do that, and when you are, I assure you, you will be heard and valued and respected.
Yes.
And come back out to sports. They're starting up in August, and I can't wait, man. The seasons are coming with fall sports coming out. what a gift it is for all of us to have a leader as in Aaron Esplot for all of our children,
Right.
from K all the way through graduation of high school. Aaron, first and foremost, thank you for the work that you put in. You're always pointing to others, and that's why when this young man was hired, all of the people that were working for him already were looking, hey, hire this guy, and you were the first one to choose Shawnee because you had already taken a different position as a superintendent elsewhere, but Shawnee is your heart, and we want to thank you, Aaron Esplot.
Well, thank you for saying that. And again, it's a passion, it's a calling. Like I said, it's a purpose. Shawnee is home. And this is where I'm going to raise my family, build upon the great things that have been done here, and just be around people like you to take it to the next step. So I appreciate y'all.
Yes, thank you, Aaron.
Yeah, and thank you, Fhionna, for being on Fiona's inaugural session here at Hardesty.
I'm so privileged. Thank you. I'm so privileged.
As am I.
Hardesty's, where the food is great and the people are even better. Thank you again for tuning in. Thanks for our guest, Aaron Esplot, and we'll be back from Hardesty soon.
Bye.
Thank you.